This this is my kazoo. Okay. The Seven Wonders of the World. Boo! By John, or as most people call me.
Not you, the other John!
Okay, so the first wonder is the Great Pyramid of Giza, or Giza. That's not big enough. Oh, whoa, that's good. Alright, the pyramid is 481 feet tall and has been the tallest man-made structure for like 3,800 years. Until us moderners came along with our YOLOs and our stuffoos. Anyways, this iron giant, or sand giant, was made for Khufu?
Khufu. Khufu.
Oh, Khufu. So Khufu used this pyramid as a tomb. That's what it was. It was his tomb. I'm not sure what else to say. You know, pyramid had 203 steps. The piano has 88 keys. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to. Okay, so the next one is the Babylon Gardens, but I don't want to do that. So let's go to the Temple of Artemis at Ephesus, I think. Yeah, Ephesus. So the Temple of Artemis was built in an old-timer town of Selkirk, which is now Turkey. That's a whole different animal. Okay, so this guy called Calamicus, there is a bust, then let's see the real. Oh, there he looks quite the same. He attributed it to the Amazons, you know, like Wonder Woman. Eventually, it was destroyed in a flood, but it was rebuilt by, you guessed it, Chersperon, or Chersiphron. It took 10 years, and eventually the temple was just burned down. And then it got rebuilt again, and then the Apostle John came and prayed in it, and it split in half. After that, it was rebuilt a few times, burned down a few times by the Goths, and then eventually it was just used for scrap metal for Hagia Sophia. Okay, now we have the Hanging Gardens of, I mean the Temple of Zeus, yeah. Okay, this one was made by Phidias, or Phidias, if you want to be American. Yeah, it's Zeus sitting on his throne, holding Nike and his eagle kebab. It's pretty unique, all made of ivory. Yeah. You know, there were no actual findings for this one, just pictures on coins. You hear they discovered Phidias' workshop? Yeah, where he built the thing. Okay, now let's go on to the next one. Okay, now is the Hanging Gardens of. You know what? Fine! The Hanging Gardens of Babylon! Gah! You know what? I'm just gonna say it flat out. This one's not even real. It's in the world of unicorns and drinkable cancer cure. Gah! Okay. The only evidence that actually works in its favor are old scrolls and hymns. It's not even in any history books. Okay, so apparently, as the myth goes, Nebuchadnezzar's wife, Amytis, asked him to build her a garden. So he built her this stone giant. What? Recycling. But there's also no evidence that this wife ever existed either. So basically, she's in fiction land with Harry and Huck. Also, nobody can fathom how this thing could have been watered. So if it was real, that'd be the actual wonder. That wasn't that bad.
Yeah, sure was.
Well, it's about to get a whole lot worse. Here we have the poorly drawn Mausoleum of Tiredness at. I'm not even gonna attempt to say this one. So apparently, this tomb was built by, well, several different sources say several different things. Some say that King Mouseless made it as a tomb for himself, but used it before he intended to, and his darling sister wife finished it for him. Other sources say that his darling sister wife made it for him 3 years after he died to honor him, but she also died a year before it was finished. So, pick your favorite, I guess. The specs are pretty the same, though. It was 148 feet tall and covered in large and small statues depicting gods and battles. The statues were made by only the best artists in the land: Leochares, Bryaxis, Scopas, and Timotheus. Oh, Timotheus. And on a closing note, this is also the source of the word mausoleum, so now you know who to thank. Okay, the second to last wonder on my list is the Lighthouse of Alexandria. Huh, finally a name I can say. Anywho, this lighthouse was located in Alexandria, like in the name. It was lighthouse. It was the first lighthouse. I think that's the only reason that's on the list. I mean, compared to the other stuff, it was 400 feet tall, but that's 81 feet smaller than the pyramid, which was made by the same people way before this. Here's an interesting fact. On some Seven Wonders lists, the Ishtar Gate is there instead of the lighthouse. Okay, I'm not sure how to transition back into this, so I'm just gonna say it. It was destroyed by several earthquakes. Yeah. Last and my personal favorite is the Colossus of Rhodes. Okay, this was pretty big. It was 46 feet smaller than the Statue of Liberty, but it was still 105 feet tall. So, apparently, it was made by making an iron skeleton and then covering it in brass plates to make the Colossus, who was modeled after the Greek titan Helios. The Colossus has been depicted in two ways. One way is where he's holding the torch over his head, or it's extended in front of him. It's pretty cool. He's also a boss in God of War 2. He likes something like this. So yeah, that's the 7 wonders of the world.